Hi everyone, I hope you're doing all right. Well, how are you doing in the course? I hope you're learning something. I'm still getting to the Padlets and trying to get some of them answered. But it looks like we're getting somewhere a little bit, and you're picking up some new concepts. Well, this week we're gonna go through energy production and photosynthesis, so that's kind of cool. And I've done some assignments that I created that let me make this big that I want to show you that we're going to go through this week. And always with all the material, please, I'm always in for feedback if as well. But if we go this week, we're going to talk about energy production. We have some videos laid behind here. 5 videos on that. Trying to make them. That goes a little long here. And then we have photosynthesis, and we have the bullet point summaries. How are they working for you? Those bullet point summaries, are they helpful? Help me understand. I also and then the textbook is laid behind, and then we have quizzes on both of those. And then we also have a couple of discussion forums. We have one where we do the lecture highlights, and then we have one where we do the concepts of the real world again. In the concepts of the real world, I got a couple of prompts that I would like you to answer, and I would like you to answer both on those. We have one on energy flow and entropy in everyday life, and then one observing sort of photosynthesis. So that's the discussion number 2. And then we do also have this week a discussion number 3. We have it on the cell model, and then the thing that I was thinking about was the puzzle lab that I thought this week we do instead of just some labeling activity, and this one involves a little bit more. It's still kind of like writing down, but instead of writing on a paper, we write it on index cards or pieces of paper, and then sort of make a flow chart and have a little more physicality with it. This is also one where I want you to do both of them, because we have sort of a way of making energy in the cell, and that's sort of a step-by-step kind of process. And then we also have the step-by-step kind of process that makes the photosynthesis that creates the glucose from the sunlight. And so we want to make sure we understand those as well as possible, and then help me understand also how that works for you. That kind of way of going through the material, the puzzle charts, or the puzzle lab, so to speak, I called it. And then we have a other one. We have the do-it-yourself kind of version. So in there, what I've been doing, I found 5 labs that I assembled that I kind of thought was pretty cool. And I want you to do 2 of the 5 do it yourself, like DIY. Took me a long time to understand that DIY means do it yourself. One is on making a prism with a glass and a mirror and the paper and shining a light through it so you can reflect it. Then we have one that I did where you crush up some leaf with a spoon, put a little rubbing alcohol on it, and then have a coffee filter type material, like pull out the different pigments. And then we have an oxidation one with potato or apples, where we see the oxidative process happening in a treated with a non-treated specimen, or one was treated with lemon juice, and see what the difference is. And then we have one where we see sort of the activation energy, or how heat puts more energy into a system, and we see that when we look at an Alka-Seltzer effervescent tablet, Alka-Seltzer or something else, and we sort of compare 2 different water temperatures. So that's kind of interesting. And then the last one I found was kind of cool, is a yeast fermentation experiment with balloon that kind of makes the balloon get bigger. And so we see how the yeast fermentation creates gas as a byproduct, and then that gas can blow up the balloon. And so that was kind of cool to visualize that. So you want to do 2 of those. You don't need to do all 5. I mean, you can if you want, but just do 2 and see how that goes. And some of them are cool if you have kids. Some of them are cool to do with kids, I think. All right. So then that's the lab portion. Let's see what else is there. Look, that's it. We have a question and a tip at the end. So with that, I wish you a wonderful week and stay in touch. Please shoot me a pronto if you have a question. That's probably the easiest. It's been always sort of because the phone's right with me. The email works too, but it takes me a few days, as you have noticed probably. But anyway, I'm glad you're in the class. Have a good week and be in touch. Take care. Bye bye.